Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Massdrop Ferrum Forge Gent knife. Now, why does it have so many names? Well, it was designed in America by a company called Ferrum Forge, and it was manufactured in China by a company called Knives, and then it's produced by an internet company basically that's called Massdrop. If you aren't familiar with Massdrop, what they do is like limited time runs on products that they call drops, and I'll talk about the drops on this in a little bit. There's basically 2 drops that are live right now, depending on what version of the knife that you want, and they're live for the next 3 weeks. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now I'll just go over the technical specifications real quick. So the blade is S35VN stainless steel. It's got a Rockwell hardness of 58 to 61. It's a drop point type blade with a flat saber grind and a stone washed finish, which I actually really like. They also have one in a satin finish, and I thought I would like the satin finish better, but the stone wash has really grown on me. I actually like this a lot. The handle is made of 6AL 4V titanium, and these particular scales are carbon fiber. It does come in a couple different variations with different scales. These were the carbon fiber ones with a stone wash blade. You can get the stone wash blade with rosewood scales, and then you can get a satin version blade with G10 scales, and those come in different colors. I think there's a green, a blue, and a black one. But like I said, I'll talk about that a little bit towards the end of the video. It is a frame lock knife with a flipper tab. It's flipper tab only. It's got a ceramic detent ball. It does have a caged bearing system in here. The company is calling this a sharpening choil. A lot of people have been saying it's a finger choil. I personally wouldn't use it that way because the sharp edge comes all the way to the end here. But use it however you want. I'm just saying I wouldn't use it that way. It does have a reversible tip up pocket clip, so you can see the screw holes here. It's very skinny. It's deep carry, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. The blade thickness is 0.13 inches or 3.3 millimeters. The handle thickness is 0.4 inches or 1.1 centimeters. The blade length is 3 inches, so it's not the biggest blade, but it's a decent size. I actually like it because of that. And the overall length is 6.6 inches. And this thing weighs hardly anything at 2.4 ounces. It's really crazy light. That's what I really like about it. So I really like this knife because it's small, it's discreet, it's unassuming, it's simple. So I like how this thing fits my hand. It fits me like basically perfect. All the edges are rounded off, everything's really comfortable. It disappears in the pocket because of this pocket clip. When you put it in your pocket, you can't tell it's a knife. It basically disappears and kind of looks like a ballpoint pen. So here's a quick example of what it looks like while it's in the pocket. Like I said, you can't even tell it's a knife until I pull it out. And this is with the Pixel 3 in my pocket too. So hopefully you could tell from that clip that even though the pocket clip is skinny, it's got nice retention on it, and it holds onto the pocket really well. It's actually pretty stiff. So this still has the factory edge on it. All I've done is strop it a few times every time I use it, and it's still nice and sharp. There isn't any jimping on the back of the blade right here. And this is called the Gent because it's supposed to be a gentleman's knife. It's meant to be sleek and elegant, and I actually think that fits with the theme. I kind of think if there were jimping, I don't know, it kind of seemed out of place probably, in my opinion. I will say that after the first day of opening and closing it and playing around with this thing, it did get all, like the pivot got all loose and wobbly on me. So what I did is I pulled the whole thing apart and Loctited everything, and it's been great so far. The detent's really nice. I can't open this thing halfway on purpose. I'll try, but I've tried a bunch and I just can't do it. It may just be how I have the pivot pin tightened, but I just can't open it on purpose halfway. or on accident. I haven't been able to do it either way, but it shoots out of there, and it always opens all the way. The lockup is pretty nice. If I were to nitpick, I guess I would say that it doesn't come with a lock insert or a lock bar insert in here, so you got titanium on stainless steel. I don't know how it's going to be in the long run, but I'm not too worried about it. There's a pretty nice attention to detail. Even in where the lock bar is, you can see that on one side it's kind of recessed so that you have room to get that lock bar. It's pretty nice. You can see that there. But other than that, yeah, the carbon fiber is really nice. Everything's great. I like the logo. It's nice and inconspicuous. Basically says Massdrop and S35VN on there on the blade. It's really nice. I've had this one for a few months, and I've been carrying it, and it's great. It's my new EDC. I freaking love this thing. I also really like this design. I like how the added scales are an over travel stop for the lock bar, and you don't even really notice that they do that. I think that's kind of neat. Good idea. Really innovative. You're getting really good materials for the cost of this knife. S35VN, titanium handle, carbon fiber scales, you know. It is made in China, but the manufacturing is really nice on this thing. And other knives with these materials can be a whole lot more than this thing. I guess another small nitpicky thing is the blade, when it's closed, is actually really close to the opening in the back. Let's see if I can show you that here. You can see how close that edge is. I can actually touch it if I push pretty hard in there. But it's not that big of a deal. I've been carrying this thing for a few months, like I said, and it hasn't been an issue. The other thing is, looking in here, it's pretty dirty. That's what's nice about this open back design, is it's really easy to clean, which I should do. I guess the other thing I could be nitpicky about is I kind of wish that the pocket clip was also stonewashed, because everything looks stonewashed. You can see that the titanium looks stonewashed, the blade stonewashed, obviously. I kind of wish the pocket clip was too, but that's just me being nitpicky. It's not really that big of a deal. I can live without it. So this does come with a bag. It says Massdrop on it. And it does have like this, I don't know, handkerchief, I guess. So you can display your knife. Here, let's try it out. Ooh. Honestly, I think this is kind of gimmicky. I honestly will probably never use this bag. It can hold two knives, one on each side. It's nice and felt lined, both sides. But like I said, I'll probably never use this thing. It's kind of gimmicky in my opinion. They should just not include this and then drop the price a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about the two drops that are live at the time of making this video. This one right here you're looking at is the one that I got. It's the carbon fiber scales with the stonewash finish. You can also get the stonewash finish with rosewood scales. It's a little bit more expensive than when I got mine. I got mine for $100. This one's $120. So it went up 20 bucks. Not too big of a deal. And then here's the other one. This is the G10 one with the satin finish blade. And the G10 scales come in 3 different colors. It's black, blue, and OD green. Like I said, these will be live for the next 3 weeks, but they probably will do another drop in the future. What they tend to do is, as long as there's demand for it, they'll do a drop for a month, then they'll wait a couple months, and then they'll do another drop. So if you guys keep sending them messages and asking them for more, they'll probably do another drop. So that's it, guys. The Massdrop Gent. I'm not a huge knife guy, but I do like knives. I own a few of them. But I wanted to do a video on this knife just because I like it so much. This is definitely my new EDC. I freaking love this thing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.